Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. I was listening to the guy on the soapbox, and he was comparing pleasure with happiness. And his point was that they are different. Pleasure and happiness are separate entities. And to which, through his explanation, I concurred. And it permits me to say, even to you today, that pleasure, as it is understood to be, is a part of happiness. It is not happiness, it's a part of happiness. Just like everything else that's good in life is a part of happiness. And note I said that's good in life. And that means that the objective is the goodness of life. And so I'm thinking about we, the people, how do we look at that and see that based upon our responses to our life situation? And we find that, yeah, we seek after pleasure, and many times we get lost in it. Usually, the reason that we seek after pleasure because it's gratifying us now. Happiness, it appears that it is so constructed that we don't have time for happiness. We are so busy trying to make sure that our bills are paid. We are so busy trying to make sure that we can breathe and hold our head up with some kind of respect, some decency, that we don't have time to be happy. And so oftentimes we'll just reach out in a moment that we might have available to see if we can find some pleasure to fill that moment because we don't have nothing more than a moment. And so it might be trying to be sexual gratification. It might be intoxication through some kind of a substance, not abuse, but just some gratification, temporary, that you find yourself doing constantly because you never have the chance to be happy. And we're overwhelmed. That is part of the system that we live in all over the world, to overwhelm us with things that denies us opportunity to live, to just live. And so part of the mission that I bring to you, my brothers and sisters, is that there is another way. And I've been saying it for quite some time. I remember that when I first made a decision that there is got to be change, that there is a God, that I don't care what anyone says, I don't care what you say, the evidence that I have received is there is a God. And the God is observed by me in the capacity in which we met. And it was pure, absolute mercy, pure, absolute love. I didn't ask for it. It was as given to me as the earth or the stool I sit on right now. It was just right there. And nothing else on the face of the earth could have supported me, as far as I know. But I do know this, and I couldn't see it, but the miracle was real. So I know that it is not a Republican, it is not a Democrat, it is not anyone that comes up with plans that says outcomes are acceptable where there are people that suffer because of lack of this or lack of that. No, I understand that that exists because of robbery. I understand that the God that created you and is responsible for your breathing knows what's going on. And so I come here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that the world that we live in and all of its ugliness, it could not exist without we giving it the power. Now I realize that there are those amongst you who might say, I don't care, I wish everybody was free. I wish everybody had this, had that. But it's not wishing not gonna get it. There are those out there, okay, who say, I wouldn't do everything I possibly can to stop it because I can't stand other people. for whatever reason they got, and that's real. But there are supposedly those out there who knows that this is all a span of life that we go through, that we're living on this earth, and we have to go through what has been created on this earth. But what has been created on this earth didn't have to create us, recreate us, make us into something that we are not. If we know who we are, and then we choose to be who we are, then we will pass through this life much quicker than most, for the simple reason that they don't want to see it. This world does not want peace. This world does not want prosperity for all people. It does not want freedom for all people. This world does not want justice for all people. This world does not want your needs, your wants, and your desires met for all people. This world doesn't want that. But you coming through here with the Spirit of God's love in you, that's exactly what you want. And the world got one thing in mind. You're the most dangerous object walking around here on the face of the earth. And the world say you got to go. And you know that. So you walk yourself right through this world, knowing that you got to go. And you prepare yourself to go. Prepare yourself to go. That's life. Now, that's just telling you just like it is. Anything else is nothing but a trick. Will you have any major effect on society? That's not the point. The point is, who are you? The point is, who are you? Are you any different than that which you're trying to put down? And if you are different, you're not worrying about if anybody's learning. You're not worried about if anybody's going to even vote right. They're going to vote like they vote. But you stand up for what is right. It is right that those things that brings peace and prosperity to this earth that they can't see gets a representation here. So that's standing for something different. This is how they know that you don't fit. You stand to make sure that everybody got housed. They know you don't fit because they're against it. You stand to make sure access to education unlimited and unrestricted for everybody. You know that, but they don't want that. So that's how they know you got to get out of here. You stand there making sure that everybody got a career that gives them joy, so they participate in making the stuff and they own the stuff, and you can't be selling to them, ripping them off. They don't want the people that know that. Who is they? Everything that's anti-God, that's who they are. And so if you're not wide awake, walking in the light and being the light and being hated because you're the light and being castigated because you're the light, then you're not the light. And the light will be put out by that which says you're the most dangerous individual walking on the face of the earth, and you got to go. But that door is just waiting for you to walk through it in freedom, because the God that created this earth is not bound by what this world says it's going to do to you. And it's a school for everyone to use. You better wake up and graduate. So I just thought I'd say that with you. Have a good one.